and how consistent investing, not chasing quick. Let's imagine two friends, Michael and David. They graduate from college together. They land similar jobs. They earn almost the same salary. They live in the same city. On paper, their financial future should look almost identical. But fast forward 20 years, Michael owns a growing investment portfolio. He has an emergency fund. His money continues to grow, even while he sleeps. David still depends almost entirely on his next paycheck. So what happened? Did Michael inherit millions? Did he win the lottery? Did he discover some secret investment? No. The difference was much simpler. Michael learned one lesson earlier. Money should work for you, not just because of you. There are only two ways to make money. Work for money. Let money work for you. Which one gets harder as you get older? Most people spend decades improving one skill, their ability to earn money. They negotiate raises, change jobs, work overtime, build careers, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's another skill, one that often receives far less attention: learning how to make your savings productive over the long term. Think about it this way. Imagine planting two trees. The first tree is watered every week. The second is never watered at all. After 10 years, would you expect them to be the same size? Of course not. Winds can quietly build long-term wealth. Money works in a surprisingly similar way. Resources that are managed consistently over long periods often have more opportunity to grow than resources left completely untouched. Time becomes one of the most valuable ingredients. Small actions, months, years, big results. This is why financial experts often talk about compound growth. Imagine earning a return on your original investment, then later potentially earning returns on previous growth as well. Over many years, that effect can become meaningful. Not because of magic, not because someone got lucky, but because they gave time the opportunity to do its job. Here's the mistake many beginners make. They think, I'll start investing when I earn more. But waiting has a cost too. Time is something no one can buy back. Even modest, consistent contributions, when they fit someone's financial situation, can benefit from having more years to grow than larger amounts invested much later. The amount matters. The best time to start, yesterday. The second best time, today. Let's clear up one of the biggest myths about investing. Many people believe investing is only for wealthy people. That's simply not true. Wealthy people invest, but investing itself isn't reserved only for the wealthy. The real habit isn't investing huge amounts. It's investing consistently and according to a plan. Think of going to the gym. One workout won't transform your health, but years of consistent effort can. Building wealth often follows a similar principle. Small actions, repeated consistently, can lead to meaningful long-term progress. But time matters too. Now think about every dollar you earn. Imagine each dollar as a new employee you've hired. Would you tell that employee, sit there and do nothing? Probably not. You'd want every employee to contribute. Money can be viewed the same way. Every dollar should have a purpose. Some dollars pay today's bills. Some protect you through an emergency fund. Some reduce expensive debt. And some are invested with the goal of supporting future financial objectives. People who build wealth often assign every dollar a clear job, not because they're obsessed with money, but because they're intentional. Intentional with spending. Intentional with saving. Money without direction each close temporary satisfaction. Money with purpose each close long-term freedom. Here's something else worth remembering. Investing isn't about getting rich overnight. If someone promises guaranteed high returns with no risk, be skeptical. Real wealth is usually much less exciting. It's built through patience, discipline, consistency, and informed decision-making. That may not sound glamorous, but over time, those ordinary habits can produce extraordinary results. The goal isn't to impress strangers on social media. The goal is something much more valuable: peace of mind, financial confidence, and having choices when life changes unexpectedly. So if investing is only one piece of the puzzle, what does a complete financial plan actually look like? How do everyday people begin building wealth without needing a six-figure salary or a perfect investing strategy? In the final chapter, we'll put everything together into a simple 5-step wealth blueprint that you can start applying today. Intentional with investing. Final chapter, the wealth blueprint that changes everything. So far, we've uncovered 3 powerful truths. A bigger paycheck doesn't automatically create wealth. Lifestyle inflation quietly consumes raises, and debt can slowly steal tomorrow's income. But knowing the problem isn't enough. The real question is, what should you actually do differently? The good news is, building wealth doesn't require a perfect salary. It doesn't require predicting the stock market, and it doesn't require being born into money. More often than not, it starts with a system, simple, repeatable, and consistent. Let's break it down. Wealth is built by systems, not luck. Step 1. Know where your money goes. Imagine trying to drive across the country without a map, without GPS, without knowing where you're going. That's exactly how many people manage money. They know how much they earn, but they don't know where it disappears. For 1 month, track every dollar: coffee, food delivery, streaming services, impulse shopping, online subscriptions. You don't need to judge yourself, just observe. Because what gets measured can be improved. Many people are surprised by what they discover. It's often not one huge purchase, it's dozens of small ones. Tiny leaks can eventually sink a very large ship. Money leak: $7 coffee, $25 lunch, unused subscription. Impulse purchase: thousands per year, not luck. Step 2. Build your financial safety net. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down. Medical emergencies happen. Jobs change. Unexpected expenses don't ask for permission. That's why an emergency fund matters. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared for reality. Even a modest emergency fund can reduce the need to rely on expensive debt when surprises happen. Think of it as buying yourself peace of mind, not excitement, not luxury. Step 3. Control debt before it controls you. Not all debt is the same. Some people use debt strategically. Others become trapped by it. The key is understanding the cost. Before borrowing, ask yourself 3 questions. Do I actually need this? Can I comfortably afford the total cost? Will this purchase improve my financial future, or simply satisfy today's emotions? That small pause can save thousands of dollars over time. Remember, every dollar spent on unnecessary interest is a dollar that can't work toward your future goals. Before buying, ask yourself need or want. Step 4. Make your money work. Earlier we talked about earning money. Now let's talk about growing it. Every paycheck has choices: spend, save, or invest. The goal isn't to invest everything. The goal is consistency. Imagine planting 1 seed every month. It doesn't seem impressive today, but after years of steady care, you don't have 1 tree, you have a forest. Building wealth often looks exactly like that. Quiet, patient, almost invisible, until one day, people call you lucky. Peace. Small investments, years, compound growth, financial freedom. Step 5. Keep learning. The world changes. Technology changes, markets change, money changes. The people who continue learning often make better financial decisions over time. Read books, listen to experts, question financial advice, understand before acting, because the greatest investment is often the one you make in your own knowledge. Knowledge influences every financial decision you'll ever make. Let's go back to Sarah. Remember her. She wasn't broke because she lacked intelligence. She wasn't lazy. She wasn't irresponsible. She simply followed a path that millions of people unknowingly follow. But one day, she made a different decision. Instead of upgrading her lifestyle after her next raise, she upgraded her habits. She tracked her spending. She built an emergency fund. She reduced expensive debt. She started investing consistently. Not huge amounts, just consistently. 3 years later, her salary wasn't dramatically different, but her life was. She no longer checked her bank account with anxiety. Unexpected expenses no longer felt like disasters. She had savings. She had investments. Most importantly, she had confidence. Because financial freedom isn't about buying everything you want. It's about removing the fear of not being able to handle what life throws at you. At the beginning of this video, we asked one question: why do so many Americans with good salaries still struggle financially? Now you know. It's rarely just about income. It's about habits, choices, consistency, and understanding that wealth is built long before it becomes visible. The next paycheck you receive will give you another opportunity, not just to spend, but to decide. Will every dollar disappear, or will some of it help build the future you truly want? That decision is yours. If this documentary changed the way you think about money, subscribe to Wealth Theory. Every week, we break down complex financial topics into practical lessons that help you make smarter financial decisions. And before you leave, answer one question in the comments. If you received a $10,000 raise tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do with it? Would you invest it, pay off debt, upgrade your lifestyle, or build your future? I'd love to read your answers. And remember, wealth isn't built by one big decision. It's built by thousands of small ones. See you in the next documentary. Wealth Theory.